For the first 2 to 3 minutes, we're just gonna start with something rather light. You can lie on your back. If there's a particular opening position that you would use to get yourself ready, that is up to you. We'll get moving in 2 minutes. One more minute. Well, wherever you find yourself now, Ashtanga starts on her feet. So just come all the way up to a standing position at the front of your mat. Just want to make sure we can get your whole body in the camera. Perfect. Let's start with the sound of Om together. So bring your feet together, your hands together, lower your chin. Take a deep inhale. Om. Have a great practice. So the first position we begin in at the front of your mat is Samasthiti. You'd have your big toes together, little space between the ankles. You feel the hard floor under the feet to engage your legs, so specifically that thigh muscle, and you'd feel your kneecap lift up in space. We call that the foundation into your legs. Now use your legs to find that first neutral pelvis. So if you can bring your belly button in towards the back of the body, or if you feel the back of the body, the sacrum and your tailbone pointing down in space. That neutral pelvis, we just said it, and now we want to keep that until we rest on our back when we take Shavasana. Now come up to those ribs just above your stomach, draw those in. Then come up to where your chin is, have your chin parallel to the floor. You're looking straight forward. This is Samasthiti. This is our beginning point of all other standing poses. Staying active through your legs, let's move. Inhale, sweep up through your arms, maybe bring the hands together. Keeping your legs strong, exhale, fold down, bring the hands to the floor along the sides of the toes. Inhale, you lift your chest and your chin, maybe the hands come up too. Then plant the hands down, exhale back to plank, and low plank and come down to your belly for the first one. Point the toes back, and then inhale, come up with bent arms, which is cobra, or all the way up to straight arms, which is your upward dog, and then exhale back, downward dog. Now we hold for a count of 5. Now when I count, it's literally just a count. You don't need to match my counting with your breath. I'd like to propose to you this is a breathing practice. And we literally deepen the practice by deepening the breath and our connection to it. So that means you have to back off with how hard you're working physically. And you have to become more subtle with your body even in the midst of all these challenging things we're about to do. Now let's go back to moving. Bend your knees, look to the hands. Inhale, step or jump back to the feet and lift maybe halfway up with the spine. Exhale, fold down to the legs so the head hangs loose. Inhale, when you lift up, raise the spine and the arms, keep the belly up and in. Exhale to Samasthiti. We're going to do 4 more like that. Inhale, lift through the arms, keep the front ribs down. Exhale, fold all the way down the front of the legs. And then inhale, lift up away from the front of the legs, maybe halfway up. Now put the hands down. Exhale your feet back, low plank. Maybe you come to the belly to reset. Inhale, you lift your upper body, head, chest, and shoulders. And exhale, lift the back of the body, the hips, as you lower the head. So we're kind of upside down in this inversion for 1. We keep our eyes open the whole practice for 2. Especially when we go upside down, we like to close our eyes and get lost in the darkness. So focus gazing back between your legs for 3. Keep your gaze looking at one point. Helps you to focus your energy for 4. Take 1 more breath. And as you exhale, then look back at your hands. And inhale, jump there, and then lift your spine halfway up. Exhale, fold down, let the head hang loose. Inhale, rise all the way up, lift and look up at the hands when they come together. And exhale, as the arms come down, you're looking straight forward. Number 3, like that. With more sound, inhale, lift through the arms. With more sound, exhale, fold down your legs, hands to the floor. More sound, inhale, halfway up in space. Hands down, exhale, step, jump back, lower all the way down in space. Inhale, you hear the sound as you lift. Exhale, you hear the sound as you fold. So don't just listen to the sound, but notice all the sensations that come with that better sound. Longer and deeper, smoother. Fine-tuning your awareness to listen to these very subtle sensations. Now get ready to move by bending your knees. Inhale, step, jump back to the feet. Come halfway up with the chest and chin. Exhale, forward bend into your legs. Follow the sound up. Inhale, rise all the way up in space. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the side of the body. We're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, forward bend down your legs. Inhale, come halfway up in space. Hands down, exhale, feet back, lower down in space with neutral pelvis. Inhale, lift your upper body. Exhale, lift the back of the body. Now hold for 5 by spreading the fingers. And 4, put a little micro bend to the elbow. And 3, turn your inner arm, your bicep up. 4, turn your outer arm and your shoulder down in space. 1 more breath. And 5, finished with your knees bent. Inhale, hop, step to the feet, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down into your legs. Inhale, come all the way back up. Now remain standing. Exhale, arms to the side of the body. You got it. Inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, forward bend down your legs. Inhale, 3rd movement, lift the chest and the chin. Plant palms, exhale, feet back, lower down in space, reset. Inhale, lift up in space. Exhale, folding back in space. 5. Focus on the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Inhale, step jump between the hands. Come up halfway with the spine, third movement. Exhale, fold down, release the head into that second movement. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms lifted, hands above the shoulders, the first movement. And to where we started from was Samasthiti, standing position. One more. Inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, lower the arms, hands to the floor, forward bend. Then inhale, lift halfway up into a longer spine position. Plant palms, exhale, back to push-up, low push-up, maybe down to the belly. Inhale, lift shoulders, head up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, lower the head, lift the hips, roll back over your toes. Now just listen to the quality of your breath. Take 5. Take 1 more, wherever you are. Then exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, back to the feet, step or jump there. Lift the spine to great length. Exhale, fold down into your legs. Inhale, rise up, lift the spine, stand tall, lift your arms. And remain standing. Exhale, release the arms to the side of the body. Samasthiti. Surya Namaskara bead just gets a little bit longer. Now bend your knees. And inhale, sweep the arms up, just like regular sun salutation. Exhale, fold down, straighten your legs. Inhale, third movement, lift through your chest and chin. Plant your palms, exhale, step, jump back, low plank position. Reset. Inhale, lift your upper body, head and shoulders. And then exhale to your downward dog, lift the hips. Now the left foot turns out, right foot steps forward. On an inhale, lift all the way up through the arms, maybe even look up at the hands. Then exhale, hands go down, you step back to plank position, and you come down to the floor, reset. Inhale, lift your upper body. Exhale, lift the back of the body. Let's do the other side. Turn your right foot out, step your left foot forward. Inhale, all the way up, lifts the arms. Exhale, hands down first, feet back second, lower your shoulders down. Then inhale, take a lift. Exhale, fold at your hip. And now stay and hold your downward dog. For 1, hearing that smoother, better breath. For 2, maybe you can start to lift the ribs of the back of the body versus just always breathing into the front of the body. For 3, no matter the breath, keep your belly button sucked up towards the spine. For 4, so breathe into the circumference of the lungs, but keep your lower belly hollowed up and in. Take 1 more. And then finish that exhale with your knees bent. Inhale, step, jump to the feet and lift maybe halfway up with your spine. Exhale, fold your spine down to your legs. Now bend your knees. Inhale, raise up your arms, Utkatasana, and exhale, release to standing, Samasthiti. Let's do 2 more like that. As you lower by bending your knees, inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, fold down, straight and active legs. Inhale, third movement, creates a long lengthened spine. 4th movement, exhale, jump back, lower to the floor. Inhale, take lift, 5th movement. Exhale, take your downward dog, your 6th movement. Now turn your left foot out, step your right foot forward. Inhale all the way up into your right side of warrior 8 position. And exhale, go all the way down to that low plank, chaturanga position. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward dog. Now the right foot turns. Our left foot takes a step. We're inhaling up into our left side of warrior. Exhale, we're leaving left side all the way into low plank. Maybe you lower to the belly, reset. Inhale, you lift, Urdhva Mukha, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward dog. Now breathe slower. Breathe slower here than you do when you move. And then make that next breath even slower than the one before. You're in control of the breath. Breath is energy. So really you're regulating the pace and the tempo at which you're bringing energy into the body. Now take one more deeper, better breath. Finish the exhale when you bend the knees. Inhale, step, jump to the feet, lift maybe halfway up. Exhale, fold down, legs are straight. Now bend your knees. Inhale, lift up your hands. And exhale, stand tall and release the arms. We're going to do one more like that. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms lift, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva, lifts up your chin. Exhale, Chaturanga, low push-up position. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward face. Exhale, downward facing Adho Mukha. Left foot turns, right foot steps. Inhale up, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale down, Chaturanga, low plank position. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Now turn your right, step your left. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale, low plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, lift the face. Exhale, Adho Mukha, lower the face down. And stay. Countdown. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bend the knees. Inhale, back to the feet. Lift and lengthen up your spine. Exhale, fold the spine down. Drop the hips. Inhale, raise the arms. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, release, Samasthiti. Our first standing pose. So you separate your feet the width of your hips. Inhale, fold down low enough so you can grab your big toes, keeping your chest and your chin up as much as you can. And then as you exhale, start to bend the elbows out to the side, lengthen your belly down your thigh, lengthen your chest down past your knees, and let your head hang loose for 1. Padangusthasana. 2. Keeping the thigh muscles still actively engaged. 3. So you feel the back of your thigh moving towards the wall behind you. Take 1 more. Now your option is to stay right here with your big toes, or inhale, lift up your chest and chin. Exhale there. Inhale, slide your hands under your feet so your toes come up to your wrist bones. And exhale, fold into the second set, Pada Hastasana. 1. Same action in your legs. All we just did was change the grip of the hands. 2. Same deeper, better breath. 3. Same sound and lift of the back breath. Ribs. Can't talk today. 4. Gonna take 1 more. On your next inhale, lift up through your chest and chin. Exhale there. Your hands release your feet. Now inhale, come into an upright position. And exhale your feet back together. Now we're going to take that turn to the right. So you turn to face the right side of the mat. You separate your feet the length of one of your legs, and you're going to turn your right foot to the back of the mat, and you still have your left foot, say, pointing at the right edge of the mat. Inhale, take your arms parallel to the floor. Now exhale, reach your right arm over your stable right leg and lower your right hand down to your right big toe for 1. Turn your right foot so it faces the back edge of your mat. There you go. Now turn your back left foot and point it at me on the camera. Exactly, for 2. Now look up at your top hand. Look all the way up towards the top thumb. You got it. 3. 4, gonna keep it nice and basic today. And 5, on your next inhale, come up. Now turn your right foot first so it faces the right side of the mat. Then turn your left foot, point it to the front of your mat. And then exhale, reach your left arm over your stable left leg, and then lower that left arm down in space for 1. You got it. Gaze looks straight up to the top hand for 2. The action is to still continue to lengthen your spine over that front leg for 3. So make sure both legs are equally sharing the work of the pose for 4. Take 1 more breath. And 5, on your next inhale, you come up. Now what we need to do is turn the angle of the upper body all the way around, so it's now gonna point to the back edge of the mat. Right foot faces the back, my back left foot is out at 45 degrees. Inhale, raise your left arm up, and then exhale, fold down and put your left hand to the floor, inside of your foot or the outside of the foot. Inhale, lift up your opposite right shoulder, and then lift up through the right arm for 1. Now, if you're a little unstable, adjust your back foot into a place of stability for 2. Maybe bring it a little closer and maybe towards the outside of the mat for 3. So there's no wobble in the legs or shaking up through the spine for 4. Take 1 more. And when you exhale, look down so you got your balance. Now inhale, come up. Now exhale, turn all the way around so you're now facing the front edge of your mat. You'd have your right arm in the air. And then on the exhale, you take a forward bend, right hand to the floor, lift your left shoulder, lift through your left arm. 1. So you need to come up. 2, you need to come up. 3, trying to talk, she's not listening. 4, we're gonna take a flow out of this. This might help with the angles. 5, from this position, exhale, step back to a push-up. Then you know what to do from there. Go down to your low plank, move through the vinyasa. When you finish your downward dog, you should be facing the front edge of your mat. There we go, that's gonna help. Now, first turn your left foot at 90 degrees. Step your right leg forward. And we come up into what's known as warrior B position. So your whole upper body would be pointing to the left side of the mat. Your arms would be the length of the mat. Warrior B position. Exactly. Now take an inhale here. And then the front arm, which is the right arm, you're gonna reach it forward and either lower your elbow to your front knee, or if you go to the ground, bring your hand along the outside of your right foot. Then reach your top left arm towards the front edge of your mat for 1. 2. Breathing with sound for 3. 4. Gonna take a flow. On this 5th exhale, you put your hands down first, you step your right leg back to plank, and you know what to do from there. Low plank, maybe to the belly, your cobra, your up dog, downward dog. Now from down dog, first turn your right foot out at 90 degrees. Step your left leg straight forward. Now come up with an inhale and turn your belly, your chest to face the right side of your mat. and lengthen your arms to the length of the mat. Draw your belly in, inhale. Now reach the front arm forward and either lower your elbow on top of your knee, or if you go down, put it on the outside of your leg. So that means the left hand is on the left side of your left foot for 1. Gazing up to the top hand for 2. Lengthening out your exhales for 3. 4, take 1 more. And as you finish your 5th exhale, you step down, hands, feet to plank, and you know how to move. Now, if this gets a lot of movement, you can always just step back to your down dog or that little flow that gets you there. Now we're going to take warrior A on the right side. So now the left foot turns at 45 degrees. Right foot steps forward. You come up by lifting the arms, hands straight above the shoulders. Maybe you can even bring your palms together. Now walk your front foot forward so you've got your heel underneath your knee. You got it. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, help your left elbow to the far outside of your right knee and create a twist so that your right armpit is starting to turn up towards the ceiling for 1. So your chest is turned to face the right side of the mat for 2. You got it. There it goes. 3. 4. Hands to prayer. If you can't get the hand to the ground, you got it. And 5, you take a flow. So bring the hands first, back to plank feet, and then take and flow. Little flow, you can just step back to down dog, or more flow is low plank, up dog, down dog. Now turn your right foot 45. Now step your left foot forward. Inhale, come up, raise the arms, face the front of your mat with the whole upper body. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, you twist. So you turn to face now the left side with your chest. That would be your right elbow on the left knee. Elbow to knee, palm to palm is what's turning and twisting through your spine for 1. Without it compressing the lungs and shortening the breath for 2. Notice how each position has a unique challenge for you to breathe for 3. We're going to take no flow out of this one in 4. It means we're going to come up in 5. So on the inhale, come up this time. Exhale, turn all 10 toes to face the right side of the mat. Feet are still separated the same distances you're working in. You put your hands on your hips. We got 4 variations like this. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold down and put your hands on the floor, shoulder distance apart, just like your downward dog. Now take an inhale there. And then on the exhale, lower the head to the floor and walk your hands back so your hands are under your elbows for 1. Hands are on the floor, shoulder distance apart for 2. Shoulder distance apart is just like you do with downward facing dog for 3. Where your elbows are where your hands are for 4. And 5. On an inhale, come halfway up with your spine. Exhale, put your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale there. Now in between these, inhale, you're going to lift your arms parallel to the floor. Exhale, hands come back to the hips. Inhale, stand as tall as you can. And then exhale, tilt your pelvis forward and lower back down into the second set for 1. Toes pointing straight to the right side of the mat for 2. Head lengthening to the floor. Maybe one of these days it'll touch the floor for 3. Creating air and space between the toes for 4. And trying to use that action in your feet on that next inhale after the 5th to rise all the way up in 1 breath. Exhale there. Arms inhale, lift out. For the first time, exhale, take them behind your back, join the palm, interlace the fingers, take an inhale. Exhale, forward bend down, head to floor, and reach the hands away from the lower back as if you want to get them to the floor too. For 1. 2. Okay. More? No? 3. 4. One more deep, better breath. And then rise all the way up with inhale. Exhale, put your hands on your hip bones. We got one more like this. You take an inhale, you're standing tall, and then exhale, you fold back down, and on the way down, you grab your big toes with your peace fingers, just like on the first standing pose. Inhale, maybe you can bend the elbows up to the ceiling. Exhale, descend the head down to the floor between the big toes. I count down. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. On your next inhale, come halfway up with the chest and chin. Exhale, let go of your big toes so you can inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, stay right where you are. Now we're going to inhale, lift the arms out again. And then we're going to take the hands into that reverse prayer position. So we're going to bring the tips of the fingers in towards the spine. We're going to invert the hands and start to wiggle the pinky fingers up towards the back of the skull. Now you're facing the right side of the mat. To take our right side, we need to turn the upper body 90 degrees all the way around so we're facing now the back edge of the mat. Right leg stepped in front of us. Take an inhale. So you need to turn your right foot to face the back. You got it. Then exhale, you just take a forward bend, keeping your legs straight. Lower down the inside of your right leg for 1. Press into the right foot, but micro bend your front knee for 2. Elbows moving up towards the ceiling to help the hands come together for 3. And 4, take 1 more. Your next inhale would bring you up. As you exhale, you turn to face the right side, and you keep turning all the way around to face the front with your 2 hips. Square the hips to the front. Exhale, forward bend, second side. 1, reverse prayer position. So you're bringing the palms together for 2. The elbows are bent versus straight arms for 3. And 4. No flow out of this guy either. 5, you would inhale and lift into an upright position. Release the hands to the side body. And exhale, step to the front of your mat. New balance pose. So put your left hand on your left hip. Inhale, raise up a right bent leg and grab onto the knee with your right hand. Or lift your right leg, grab onto your right big toe, and straighten your right leg out. Variation, right leg is bent, or full expression, your leg is straight. Your leg is straight to the front edge of the mat. Let me count down from 5. Deeper, better breaths. 4. Work the standing leg versus the leg in the air. 3. And 2. And 1. Now here, inhale, stand up as tall as you can. And then exhale, open your right leg about 45 degrees to the right side. But keep your hips, your belly, your chest, your shoulders facing the front. Count of 5. 4. 3. And 2. 1. Inhale, bring the leg and the gaze to the front. With exhale, lower the head to the knee. Inhale, lift your head up, and then exhale, put your hands on your hips. Your third variation of 5, keeping the foot up for 4, 3, almost there. 2, lift a little higher. 1, exhale, feet to floor. Other side. So you lean over onto the right side. Focus your gaze. Inhale, raise up that left arm and left leg. Grab onto the big toe. Stand tall. 5. Gazing straight forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, B variation. You open your left arm and left leg for 5. If you can, you look off to the opposite right side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring the leg and the arm to the front. Exhale, do a little forward bend, head towards the knee. Inhale the head up. You got it. Exhale, let go of your foot. Third variation. 5, hands on hips. 4, stand tall, so don't lean back to lift the foot. You got it. 3, almost there. 2, exhale, feet to the floor. See where we are for time. Better move on. Let's take a flow. So inhale, lift up through the arms. Exhale, forward bend down the front of the legs. Inhale, third movement, lift the chest and the chin. Exhale to the fourth movement, that low plank position. Inhale, the fifth movement, your back bend. Exhale to the sixth motion, the downward dog, same like the sun salutation. Now from here, look at your hands. Inhale, jump between your hands, but keep your knees bent and lift up through the arms, Utkatasana. Same smooth count of 5. Just sit low enough to challenge your legs for 4. Lift high enough to challenge your back and your shoulders. Say another 3. We're going to do Bakasana Crow to get out of this. In 2. And 1. So what you do is you squat down between your knees. So open your knees out to the side. And then get your knees up above the elbows, closer to the shoulders than your elbows. Move your head forward. Balance on as minimal as those 10 toes as you need. Or they're lifting. In fact, every part of your body that can lift up is lifting up. Let's say another count of 3. You can jump out anytime. 2, 1. We take a flow from here. So you jump back. Plank, low plank, you know what to do once you get there. You can always just step back to down dog or the little flow that gets you there. Now we hold those 2 warrior A and B variations. We turn the left foot at 45, step the right foot forward. Inhale, raise your arms, hands above the shoulders, maybe the palms come together. Gaze up and look at the hands above the head. 1. Press into the feet to turn the hips to the front for 2. And as the hips turn, draw the navel into the back of the body. 3, 4, hear the sound of breath. 5, on the next inhale, straighten your legs. Now turn to the left side for the first time. And keep turning from the left side all the way around to face the back side so you can do your left side of Warrior A. So move your left foot more over onto that side and separate the front foot for 1. Same actions. 2, square the hips. 3, draw the navel in. 4. And 5. Now what we adjust is the back foot. You open your back foot at 90 and your arms become the length of the mat for 1. You're looking right down your left arm, right down the left middle finger for 2. Your belly button is still as close to the spine as you can get it for 3. Or dropping the tailbone down to the floor for 4. Take 1 more. On that next inhale, straighten your left leg. Your left foot turns to the left side. You would then turn your right foot to the front. Exhale, bend your right leg. Last standing pose, counting down. 5. Good, you got it. 4. Just look straight forward. 3. 2. Here we're going to take a flow. And 1. So the little flow is just a step back to down dog, or that little bit longer flow that gets you there. Low plank, up dog, and down dog. And from this down dog, we jump through to the first seated pose. So jump to a seated position and straighten out your legs, as all positions begun from straight legs. Now sit up nice and tall. Put the hands to the floor below the shoulders. So fingers point straight forward. Toes points up to the ceiling. Your hands are under your shoulders, so sit upright. But do lower your chin down towards your collarbones. Counting down. 5. Pressing the back of your thigh into your mat. 4. You're doing that by engaging your thigh muscle, what we were doing in the standing sequence. For 3. It's the same action in legs, even though we're sitting on top of them. 4, take 1 more. Then on that next inhale, you reach forward for the big toes, just like we did in the standing sequence. And then exhale, fold your belly over your thighs for 1. So the chest lengthens over the knees for 2. Your head is moving forward in space towards the feet before you get it down to your legs for 3. Pulling back on the big toes, but resisting the grip by pressing it away from you for 4. Take 1 more. Now inhale, lift up your chest and chin. Now take the outer edges of the feet or wrap around your feet. Exhale in, second set. 5. 4. 3. 2. Going to take a flow after each of these seated poses in 1. And the flow is 3 breaths. So inhale, come up. Exhale, cross your legs. Inhale, lift up your bum, first movement. And then exhale, step or jump back to plank. That's our first breath. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. That's our second breath. Inhale, jump to seated position. And exhale, straighten out your legs. Our third breath. Now from this upright position, now lean your spine back at 45 degrees, like you're getting a suntan, and then put your hands down under your shoulders. Point your toes straight forward and keep the big ones touching. Now inhale, press into the palm, lift your chest, and then lift the chin and look towards the back edge of the mat. Counting down, 5. Lift the chest, but without hyperextending your elbows. 4. So we rotate the legs in for 3. And the arms in for 2. Lift a little higher and then lower down as you exhale. Cross your legs, the vinyasa. Inhale, you lift your bum up one way or the other, and then exhale, step back to plank. Inhale and exhale is 2. Seated position, inhale. Straight legs, exhale is 3. Now we'll do a variation in the full expression. So you're going to take your right leg up, half lotus variation. You can take your lower leg bone into the creases of your elbows and make your hands into a prayer position. So go from the inside and around. Second option is to hug around the knee and hug around the foot and maybe interlace the fingers. You can stay in an upright position, or you can even forward bend in this position. Or taking your right foot a little bit deeper, if you choose to go, you take your right foot into the crease of your left groin. Your right knee will come down to the floor, forming a half lotus variation. The right hand will reach all the way around the back of the body, like it wants to hold on to the right foot. If you're already in the forward bend, We count down from 5. Listening, pay attention to your knee for 4. No pinching or pain in your joints for 3. And 2. Here's where we can flow or not to flow in 1. So if you don't want to flow, stay down, take a couple more breaths, or come up and take that 3-breath vinyasa flow, which will bring you back to seated. So if you're not doing a flow, you come out of your right side now, release the straight legs, and head right into your left side. While those that were flowing, return to seated and move into that variation on the left side. You can have your lower leg bone in the creases of the elbows. You can hug the knee and hug the foot, second variation. Or left leg Ardha Baddha Padma, which is half lotus. You'd have your left foot, the crease of the right groin, the knee reaching for the floor, and you reaching for that foot from the back of the body. We're already at 3. And 4. And 5. We all take this flow. So you come up with your inhale, you cross your legs with exhale, you take that 3-breath vinyasa flow, little flush. It has that nice light back bend and the forward bend. It's like a reset for the spine, all the way back to seated, and then move on to the next one, which is a little back bend with the right leg and a forward bend with our left leg. So we're going to close the right knee, and you're going to put your right heel on the outside of your right hip, the top of the foot on the floor, and the toes pointing straight back in space. Inhale, bring the hands to the floor at the front if you need them for balance, or maybe you can reach for the foot and maybe the other hand to the foot, and exhale, forward bend. So in this forward bend, resist that urge to kind of fall over to your left side. So maybe you put a little bit more weight in the left hand to maybe push you a little closer to that midline. Drawing the right knee in towards the midline. And then pressing those 5 toes of your back foot down into the mat. If you want to take a flow, inhale, you come up now and move through the vinyasa, or stay down for another breath or 2, and then just move from the right side, out of the right side, into your left side, and then forward bend right back into the left side. So left knee is closed, left toes pointing straight back behind you. Both legs are evenly pointing straight forward. We're counting down. 5. Better breaths. 4. 3. 2. 1. We all take in this movement. You come up, inhale. You can even jump back out of this position or come out by crossing your legs and take that regular flow. Return to seated position with straight legs after your flow. Janu Shirshasana, one of the more basic ones. You start by taking your right foot, close the right knee, bring the sole of the foot to the inside of your left thigh bone. Inhale, bring both hands to the left foot, inner foot, outer foot. And then exhale, if you can get there, you're trying to bring your chest on top of the knee, and your chin would lengthen down your lower leg bone on your left side. 1, make your legs as heavy on the floor as you can. 2, think of the legs as the foundation. 3, the stability of this foundation is what's giving your pelvis that ability to lengthen forward. 4, moving forward over that straight leg. And 5, to flow or not to flow. It's your choice. If you want to move, you come up now Take that 3 breath movement, or stay down, take another breath or 2. And then move on to that left side now. Once your legs are set, it's the exhale that'll take you back in. Keep the eyes open. Look to where you want to go. And since you want to go forward over that straight leg, you're looking towards that foot in front. We look to where we want to go because it's like an energetic gaze, taking the energy of the body in the direction of the body. Taken 3. And 4. And 5. We all take these movements now. Come up, inhale. Cross your legs, exhale. And take your vinyasa flow. 3 breaths to come back to seated position. Where are we? Onto our Marichiyasana, A and C variation. So you're going to close your right knee, but keep the right foot on the floor so you have your right knee pointing up in space. Now inhale, reach the right arm up in space, and then exhale, reach it forward so it's along the inside of the knee. Then you bend at the elbow, take it along the front of the knee, and then around the outside of the knee so your hands are holding together at the back side of your right hip. For 1. So that you squeeze the right leg with your 2 arms. For 2. And then you press into the right foot and use your right leg to push you forward in space. For 3. So it's still a forward bend over that straight leg, but more of a hip opener with the right leg. For 4, take 1 more. And then if you want to take flow, you come up now, 3 breath vinyasa to come back, or stay down, take 1, 2, 3 more breaths. And after that second or extra 3 breaths, come up, release the right leg out, close the left knee, plant your left foot, raise your left arm, inhale, wrap around the inside, the front, the outside, and around the back. Join the palms. Even if your hands can't come together, just reach for them. They will get there one of these days. Count down. 5. Notice the quality of the breath now compared to when you started. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Back to the movement. Link your movement and your breath together. So move at your pace. Move with awareness. Keeping that neutral pelvis in all of the movements. Next position that we come through is the same with the legs, but done as a twist. You return to seated, and legs are straight. We bring the right foot in, just like we did before. Now put your right hand this time behind you, and turn your belly towards your right thigh. Inhale, reach your left arm up this time, and then press the back of the arm to the knee. You can keep your hand up, or the hand can reach down underneath the outer edge of the right foot, or taking the bind that goes all the way around the outside of the leg and holds the hands together on the outside of your left hip. Counting down. 5. So you have the right knee up and the right shoulder behind you. For 4. 3. 2. To flow, you come out now. Inhale, you look forward. Exhale, release the right leg. Take 3 breath vinyasa, or just stay another breath or 2. Come out, and then move over to your left side twist. Meaning you would bring the left foot in, you'd have your left knee in the air, and you'd start with your left hand behind you on the floor. It's then the right arm that you lift up, and the right arm that goes to the outside of the left knee to press into the knee. So it's that right arm and left knee what is creating the twist. So your belly is facing the left side of your mat for 1. In fact, your belly would be facing and actually touching your left thigh for 2. The left shoulder would be pointing to the back edge of your mat for 3. You would even turn your chin back off the left shoulder and look to that wall behind you for 4. Take 1 more. And after that breath, inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale, release your twist. Cross your legs. Inhale, take your vinyasa flow. Come on back to a seated position. 3 sets of Navasana boat pose. Return to seated, legs are straight. Now, like we did earlier, lean back at 45 degrees. You can even put your hands down. Then on the inhale, lift up your legs, which can be bent, or lift up your legs and straighten them out. And once you got your legs, then lift the arms parallel to the floor. Counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now cross your legs, put your hands down. Inhale, lift your bum up, put it back down, and lift into the second set of 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That little lift, bring the legs in. Inhale, hips up, hips down, lift the arms, lift the legs, last set. 5, 4, be over before you know it. 3, lift higher. 2, and 1. Cross your legs for the 3rd time, lift up your hips, and this time jump your feet back and take a flow. Now from downward dog this time, what we're going to do is hop onto the feet, but we're going to bring the feet together. So look at your hands and jump your big toes together between your thumbs and sit down on the backs of your heels. So thighs are together, you're sitting on the back of the heels, not on the ground, you're sitting on the backs of the heels. You got it. Now, put your left hand behind you on the floor, so you have turned to face the left side of your mat. Raise the right arm, inhale, and press the back of your right arm to the outside of your left knee. You can put your hands into a prayer position. So as you press the elbow to knee and palm to palm, you're creating a twist, which is turning your upper body to the left side of your mat. Let me count down. 5, 4, 3, 2. You can lift your heels to sit your bum down onto the backs of the heels. Good. Now to come out of this side, inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. No flow in between the 2 sides. Put the right hand behind you for balance. Now take the left arm to the outside of now this right side. Press the back of the arm into the knee and just press your palm to palm. That's going to create your twist, turning your chest now to face the right side for 5. This one's a little further away. 4, there we go. 3, 2, 1. Now from this position, look forward and exhale, step back to a straight arm, plank position, push-up position. Now from here, we can do side plank. So take your right hand to the midline of the mat and turn over, so now you're on the outer edge of your right foot. Inhale, raise your left arm. You can even potentially raise your left leg, maybe even grab your left big toe and reach your left foot up to the ceiling above. We're already at, say, 3. Gonna do no flow in between. 2, 1. With the exhale, return to plank and keep rotating over to the other side. So now you're on the outer edge of your left. By lifting the toes up towards the knees, that's what keeps the legs active. 4. Stronger your legs, the more connected they are to the core for balance. 3. 2, we take a flow. In 1, you'd go down all the way with your exhale, maybe to the floor. It's up to you. You know what to do from there. Take your flow. And from downward dog, inhale, jump through the seated position. We're going to take a position we already did and potentially just add one little layer to it. So your legs are straight. You're going to bend just the right leg, and you're going to take your right heel to the outside of your right hip and put the top of your right foot on the floor. You got it. Now point your legs straight forward. Now what we did earlier was we brought our hands to the floor, held the foot, did a forward bend. You can simply repeat this variation, or you can bend your left knee, bring your left foot onto the floor, take a hold of your left foot with your 2 hands, and then inhale, straighten your left leg, and then potentially exhale, folding your face towards your left leg. As we count down from 5. Deeper, better breaths for 4. 3, we're going to take a flow in between these 2 sides. In 2. And 1. So with the foot in the air, just exhale, bring it down, put the hands beside you, and step, jump, float, or levitate back into your vinyasa flow. Maybe you can even jump into your left side from your downward dog. So the left leg remains bent. The right leg is straight. Don't need to wait for me. If you're ready to go, you can head right into it. A few extra breaths. Or inhale, raise the leg. Exhale, fold into the leg. 5. 4. 3. 2. It's getting warm in here. Bring the leg down with an exhale. Put the hands beside the knees. Lift your bum so you can step or just drag the legs back to plank, low plank. You know what to do from there. But when you get to your downward dog, just hold your down dog. Because down dog, where we're going to go is inhale forward into a plank position. And we're going to exhale and come all the way down to the floor all at the same time. Then we're going to straighten our arms and put the hands at the hips. We're going to put the back of the hand on the floor so you have your palm of your hand turned up. Now, if we start at the back of the body, your big toes are together. And as you rotate your legs, move the heels apart. Move the ankles apart. And then when you find that neutral pelvis, you should feel your belly button lift off of your yoga mat. Now, as you push the hands down, inhale, lift up the rest of the body. That's the back of the body and the front of the body for 1. Head, chest, and shoulders for 2. Feet, kneecaps, even parts of the thighs for 3. There'll be a second set of this in 4. And 5. Now stay up and then bring the palms to the floor for 1. Palm on the floor halfway between your hip and your armpit for 2. You would have your fingers pointing forward in this position for 3. Everything is still lifting. Chest, face, tops of feet, thighs for 4. Take 1 more breath. Now stay up in your upper body, but press the feet down and then lift into your flow with inhale. Move all the way through to down dog. And then come back to the belly again. Inhale, go back to your push-up position. And then exhale, slowly come back down. Now let's bend the knees. Bring your heels to your bum. Reach back with your hands. Take a hold of the ankles. Now bring your big toes together so that you can feel your feet are symmetrically doing the same thing behind your body. Now on an inhale, press the feet back into the hands and use the strength of your arms and your legs to lift up off of your mat for 1. Strong, powerful pose in your legs for 2. Make your legs burn for 3. Because it's going to be done real soon. 4, take 1 more. And as you finish your exhale, release. So you plant the hands, plant the feet by straightening your legs, and you take your vinyasa flow, which brings you back to your downward dog. Down dog, take an inhale, and exhale, lower your knees to the floor. And then stand up on your knees with an inhale. Now we're going to do one set of camel. So if we know getting to the heels is a far reach, you can do it with your toes curled under, which would lift the heel higher. What I'd like to see is to go into the back bend evenly and we come out evenly. So we're going to bend at the knee and we're going to take the two hands back at the same time. Hands to the heels, palms turn forward. Your chin is still down at your chest. That's what spikes up your blood pressure. The last thing that'll go back is your chin for 1. Press into the tops of the feet for 2. So that your thighs are pressing forward for 3. Length across the front body, but pulling the front ribs in for 4. Take 1 more. Then on that next inhale, release the feet at the same time and come all the way into an upright position. And then exhale, put your hands down, step, jump back to plank, and take your flow from there. Now here is where we can add in one more set of your Bakasana crow. So from this down dog, inhale, jump to a squat position. So jump your feet to where your hands are. Then bend your arms and get your bent arm underneath your bent knees. So the upper arm bone is the platform for the knee. Move the weight forward out of the feet. Move your body in front of the hands. Lift the feet if they haven't lifted already for 1. Or maybe you got a toe there for balance for 2. Press up like you're pushing up to a handstand for 3. You can jump out anytime. 4. 5. Hop out. Move through. Now we're going to do a seated twist, which really just combines 2 things we've already done. Inhale, jump through to seated. Now this position takes the left leg first. So you're going to take your left leg, you're going to close the left knee, and put your left foot on the outside of your left hip. So your left foot is on the left side, left leg like so. You got it. Now from here, either bring your right heel into your groin, or your right foot up into half lotus. Now you take your right hand, you reach around the back for the foot. Maybe you can grab it, maybe not, just reach for it. And then bring your left hand this way to the outside of this right knee. Grab the knee, sit up tall, inhale, and then look back off of your right shoulder with the exhale. 1. 2, sit up as tall as you can as you twist it. 3. 4. We can take a flow here or not. 5. If you want to take a flow, just put the hands in front, step, jump back, or hang out another breath or 2. After a breath or 2, look forward, inhale, untwist, exhale. Come back to straight legs. So to get into it, we would take the right leg first. Left leg half lotus or that semi-half lotus. Take the left hand around the back. Try to grab the left foot, even if the left foot is not there. Then the available right hand goes to the outside of your left knee. You look back off the left shoulder as you are twisting to your left side. 5. 4. 3. 2. We all take a flow. And 1. Inhale, turn back to face the front. Just put the hands in front. You either lift up or just step out of the position, move through. And after this vinyasa, you're going to come through and lie down on your back. You're going to bend your knees and put your feet on the floor this time, hip distance apart. Lie down on your back. Now we're going to do 3 sets here, no flow in between. Hands can be at your hips. So once we do lift up the hips, you'll bring your hands together underneath the back of the body, or you can take your hands up onto the floor above the shoulders, a little bit deeper of a back bend, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So in this position, either way, you press down into the feet. Inhale, you lift up your hips, hands come together, or if you lift up from the hips, go onto the top of the head, draw the elbows in, and push up off your head. Count down from 5. Last little dose of stimulation before we start to take it easy for 4. 3. 2. And 1. From here, just exhale, go all the way down for a count of 5. 2 more sets to go. 4. 3, reset the feet if they moved on you. 2, refound that neutral position. And 1, ready to go for the second set. Press down into the feet. Inhale, lift back up. Second count of 5. Using your legs, pushing your chest towards the wall behind you. 4. 3. 2. 1. It's your exhale that brings you all the way down to the floor for a count of 5. Just 1 more set to go. In 4. In 3. Reset the feet. Hip distance apart, pointing straight forward. And 2. Neutral pelvis, hands where you need them on the floor. And 1. Reset. Inhale. Lifting back up. Next inhale, lift off the head. Counting down from 5. 4. 3. 2. Exhale, come all the way down. Now roll over to the right side. Inhale, come up to an upright position. Take a vinyasa flow, step, jump, float back to plank. Flush those back bends out of your spine. Return to a seated position with straight legs. With straight legs, your choice of a grip this time. Inhale, big toes, outer edges of the feet. You can even do it passively by wrapping your lower arm bones underneath the backs of your knees so the knees are slightly bent. Either way, exhale, extend the spine forward. Notice the quality of the breathing rate. As those 3 back bends we just did before like to stimulate the nervous system. So it's the forward bend here that triggers the body into relaxation. Try to lie there so still that you can feel the energetic shift happening internally. You're getting quieter. Say another count of 5. Say another 3. Let's do a second set of this, but first inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, open your legs out at about 90 or 100 or so degrees. And then pull the flesh out from underneath the sitting bones. Inhale, create a long spine. Exhale, extend the hands down the legs, maybe holding the outside of the feet. Another slow count of 10. Extend the spine forward in space. Equally pressing the legs into the floor. So the legs have a symmetrical pattern. Both legs are in equal contact with the floor below you. Say another 5. And we take from here our last flow of our practice. So come up, inhale, cross your legs, exhale, lift up, step, jump back, come on back to seated position, and then we're gonna go upside down for the next position. So my suggestion is to take your mat up against the wall or a door, and it's called Viparani Karani. All you're gonna do is lie on your back, you put your bum against the wall and the backs of your legs against the wall. So the wall props your body up, so you're at a 90-degree angle in relation to the floor. So put your bum and the backs of your legs against the wall. And we hold this for 3 minutes. It's up to you if you want. 1 minute down, 2 to go. Two minutes down, 1 to go. Thirty seconds. And from there, exhale, come on down to a seated, cross-legged position. Cross-legged, maybe half lotus or full lotus, what's appropriate for you and your knees. You're going to take the hands around the back and just hold the outside of the opposite elbows around the back. And on an exhale, you lower your forehead to the floor in front as I count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2. Now inhale, sit up as tall as you can. Make a mudra with your first finger and thumb and place your hands to your knees. Arms are straight. Spine is lengthened, but you do lower your chin halfway towards the chest. Here is the point where you can close your eyes, or if you keep them open, you look down off the tip of your nose. So you're looking slightly down in space, making that next breath slower than the breath before it by slowly sipping the air in and slowly allowing it to go. Say another slow count of 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now inhale, lift your chin back up, open your eyes. Put your 2 hands on the floor below the shoulders. It's now the quickest 10 count of your practice. Inhale, lift up your bum. 10, 9, 8, 7, keep lifting. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lie flat on your back and take your Shavasana. All the things that we talked about, we let them go except the state of awareness. We allow the nervous system to breathe for us now. No more deep breathing. Body can breathe for itself. Allow its pace to move naturally, slower and softer. Disengage every muscle, especially those muscles that are still holding on right now. Great place to start is your jaw. If you can let go of your facial muscles, the neck and the shoulders and the chest tend to follow suit. Turn the palms up so they face the ceiling above. Feet would naturally turn out. Inhale, take a deeper breath now. Breathing more life into your body, so breathe deeper. And start to wake your body up by moving up your feet, up your legs, up your hands, up your arms, into the core. And you roll over to the fetal position on your right side. And from there, inhale, come all the way up, seated position, cross your legs, join your hands. And we close up our practice the same way we started it, the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Thank you so much, my friends. Have a great Saturday. Hope to see you next week. All the best. Namaste.